Hey guys, 101 Tech Tips here. I'm back from my vacation, so I'm ready to show you guys a new program, and today we're going to be covering Ultra ISO. Now this is a disk mounting program. There's a lot of alternatives to it. One of the commonly used one is Daemon Tools, but I prefer this one. I find it's a lot more interactive and has better features and just works more smoothly. Now, what it does is allows you to read disk images or .iso files, and basically what a .iso file is a copy of a CD on your computer in the virtual form. So you can put a CD in your computer, even like a copyrighted CD, and while using any DVD you could copy that image onto your computer, and then you'd essentially be able to run the disk from your computer, so you'd have the disk in data format. Now what this is most useful for, at least to me, is for games, right? Because you don't want to always pay for games, and sometimes it's hard to find games that have come out years ago, and one of the best examples is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, right? So say you don't have this game and you go into a torrent and you pull it off the net. You want to know how to use this, and today I'm going to show you how to do that. Now before we start on that, I'm going to have to run you through the setup, and the truth is that I looked at some of the terms of use, and I'm actually not allowed to do that without getting in trouble, so I can't show you where to download it, but all I have to say is Google is your friend, never forget that. And during the setup of Ultra ISO, there's going to be one screen where it's going to ask you to set up a virtual disk. Be sure to select that option because you need the virtual disk to read the CDs. Now, let's open up this .iso file and I'll show you how the interface works. So you're going to get this screen upon using the free version, and there really is no difference as long as you continue to try. It's just that small pop-up in the beginning. It's not even that annoying. Now, you're going to get a screen like this. Right, and what this screen is over here, this is the files on the CD, and these are the folders on the CD, and this is the interface you're pretty much going to need. This isn't that important. Now there are two ways to do this. First, let me show you what the virtual drive is. Now this is how you use the virtual drive. This here is the virtual drive, and this is the ISO file. So if you want to read the ISO file and make your computer think you were, say, putting a disk in, you would have it selected here, which is already done since we've opened it, and you'd press mount, and you get the little wait icon on whatever different operating system you're using until it stops and it loads the CD into the virtual drive. So now you've got the virtual drive the CD loaded into the virtual drive, and all you have to do is press autoplay here for your computer to think you just shut the disk tray, right? Now, for this specific one, I'm not going to launch the autoplay feature because I actually need the crack files. All right. So when you download a game in ISO file, what you're looking for is something along the lines of this, right? Setup.exe, and you double-click this, and you'd run the setup like you would with anything else, and it'd run you through it. And if you have multiple disks, now this is something that a lot of people don't know. If you have two ISO files, say disk 1 and disk 2 for older games, all you have to do when the setup asks for disk 2 is mount disk 2 to your virtual drive, and you'll have no problem. It'll be as if you put it in. Now, after the game is installed, what you're going to want to do is look for a folder similar to this one. Just look for the name crack. It should stand out, right? Now this is going to have, this one here has the patch and the cracks that I'll need to run the game without putting a CD in, but this one's a little bit more complicated, but a lot of other games have it a lot more simplified. It's really just a launcher program you drag and drop into the game data directory. And that's it for Ultra ISO. I'll see you next week, guys.